William Ian Rivers is found guilty of murder. This afternoon, the 12-member jury handed down their verdict at the end of the 2-week trial in Grand Court. KMAN 27's Natalie Briggs has been following the trial from day one, and she joins us live with the latest. Natalie, how are you?
Thanks, Taylor. Jurors took a little over 3 hours to bring in a guilty verdict in the William Ian Rivers murder trial on the central question of whether he was guilty of murder or manslaughter. Jurors chose to find Mr. Rivers guilty of murder, meaning that they did not accept Mr. Rivers' defense team's argument that Mr. Rivers had diminished responsibility for his actions due to mental incapacity. Throughout the 2-week trial, Mr. Rivers' defense team consisted of John Furness and Krista Brady, putting it to the jury that Mr. Rivers was suffering from psychotic symptoms at the time of the shooting of Mark Seymour. Jurors were instructed this morning by Justice Frank Williams that if they were able to establish Mr. Rivers had intentionally shot Mr. Seymour and found that he did so with control over his mental faculties, then they were to return a guilty verdict or guilty of murder verdict. Crown Prosecutor Cheryl Richards QC had argued that Mr. Rivers presented several signs during the events of January 20, 2017 and its aftermath, which showed that he had carefully planned the defense of mental instability. Rivers has been returned to custody and is due in court again on Friday, 26 October, when he will be sentenced.
Thank you, Natalie. I'm glad you found a way to stay dry in there.